Streetwise Intellect Productions.
What's happening, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Bubble podcast presented by Streetwise Intellect Productions, your new home for Bay Area talent. I am your host, Mr. Reed, the realist, and I will always have a lineup of gasoline for y'all to listen to, as well as a dope-ass artist to come into the studio to talk to us. Now, I do want to do my little speech thing in the beginning. You guys know I need to talk because this platform is about inspiring people and showing people that it's real people out here doing it and trying to make it and going through the struggles, and everybody has a life. So that's why this platform is super important for every artist that's out here trying to rap, sing, neo soul, anything that you're trying to do. This platform is trying to inspire you. So without me yapping any further, I'm going to introduce the special guest I got in here. And me and this man, we have some history. I mean, the Bubble podcast has been going on for at least a couple months, and this man has been going back and forth with me on DMs and text messaging and IGs and everything way before the show even started, because he's been sending in music. And I love my dude for that, because he has a hustle. He has all it. I brought him in here because I need him to expose what it is that he's doing to get to the point that he's at. I am a fan of this guy. I'm not even afraid to tell you guys. I am a fan of this guy. And the guest that I'm speaking of is coming from Oakland, California. And you know, that's my hometown. So you know I got to shout love and show love and respect to my man CARVILL B, also known as CARVILL Bond. How you doing, brother?
I'm blessed.
Yeah, I appreciate you for coming out, man. And I know, like, everybody's always busy, man. So I know how it is in the music, so I appreciate you for coming out. So I want to say that off top. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. All right, so let's get into it, man. So the name. I've been waiting to have you break down the name to everybody out here, because I want to know where the name come from, bruh. How did the name formulate, and how did it stick?
You know what? I have no history on how the name became, or what was my mother's decision on naming me CARVILL.
Mm-hmm. So that's your government name,
right?
Okay. Go ahead.
Bond. That's my daddy's last name.
Okay.
Okay. There you have it, CARVILL Bond.
Okay, so you just went realistic with it, and it's like, this is my government, and you know what I mean. This is me.
Yeah, this is me, live in the flesh. Yeah.
Did you have any other rap names that you try to start out with? Because as an artist, we all have experimental times where we try to figure out this name's gonna fit with me, this persona gonna fit with me. So did you go through those different type of stages?
No, not really.
Really?
Nah, not at all. I always, looked at it like, all the different monikers and, different, nicknames or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
I decided just to go ahead and, put me out there, represent, exactly who I am.
Right.
So CARVILL B has always been, my name.
I respect it. I respect it. I just want you to put it out there. Again, like I told you and prefaced it, we doing this for people. You know what I mean?
Right.
You and I, we've already gone back and forth. We didn't talk about the name, but we've been going back and forth. But we here, and all the stuff I'm asking him is stuff that I want to know about, but I also want you guys to know about. So, okay, that's dope, man. So it's a government name, and you just like, man, it's me.
Yeah, that's my birth name.
That's what's up, bro. Okay, I respect that. Okay, so no other, because a lot of people, me, myself, I went through like 2 different names, all right? And I am an artist, and, that's why I know how to ask the questions of artists that I feel everybody should know about. So I respect that, brother. All right, so as far as your roots. Now we're gonna get into the roots now.
Okay.
All right. So now, how long have you been claiming Oakland as home?
You know, I've been back and forth. I would claim Oakland as my home for what, maybe like the last 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you originally from?
Originally, I was born in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay.
My mother had me at 17, and her mother sent my mother to California once I was born. So, you know, most of my childhood, for the most part, was all spent in Southern California.
I'm listening.
So, you know, I was raised in Compton. We initially, when we moved out to California, we were in Watts.
Damn, you was in the hood then, boy.
Yeah, living with my great aunt.
Okay.
And we later moved to Compton.
How was it living out there in Southern California? Because, you know, Southern California is a whole different culture from the Bay Area.
Yeah, for me, it was a different experience than what, you know, the norm per se. At the age of 5, I went into foster care.
Okay.
So, you know, I ended up spending pretty much my full childhood from the age of 5 as a ward of the state.
Okay.
So, you know, it was a very challenging experience. You know, I've lived in several different hoods in Compton. Later in the years, South Central, you name it. So, you know.
So you spent the majority of your upbringing in Southern California.
In Southern California.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what brought you up to the Bay?
Up to the Bay, change.
Yeah, elaborate on that, because I need people to hear that, man.
Well, you know, along with the job offer I received.
Okay.
You know, that was a motivation. But overall, it was more so change in just leaving from, at that time, I was in Louisiana. And so
up until the age of 5, or were you out there? See,
no.
what it is, brother, you know, not to cut you off, but what it is, I want y'all to get a good grasp of the artists I'm bringing in here before we get into the music they're making. So that's why I'm asking you these questions, all right? I mean, it's not intrusive. If I am being intrusive, please tell me, all right?
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay.
Well, after I graduated high school, and high school was a little different for me because at the time that I was to graduate high school, I was in Central Juvenile Hall.
Damn.
So I ended up receiving my diploma through a continuation program that the Juvenile Hall had.
Okay.
So after I graduated, my goal was to join the military.
Oh, that's big, brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
what happened?
Well, what happened?
Yeah, break it down.
I ended up meeting up with an aunt for the first time. Found her out in San Bernardino.
This is a blood aunt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turned out to be my mother's sister.
Oh, okay.
So at the age of 5 up until the age of 24, I had never seen my mother, you know. So finding my aunt in San Bernardino, she reintroduced me to my family.
Okay.
And my family, for the most part, was in Louisiana. So while waiting to, you know, enlist in the military, I decided to take a trip to Louisiana to meet my people.
Go to the roots.
Okay. And once I got out there, it was quite different from what I imagined. You know, I'm thinking the South Country. I got out there, and I remember my grandmother picking me up from the Greyhound bus station. I took the Greyhound.
I did the same thing. I got family in Louisiana too, so I did the same stuff. Go ahead.
And as we was entering the neighborhood she lived in, I seen Hoover Crip, you know, hit up on one of the walls of this liquor store.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
you're like, wait, hold on, they branching out here? What?
Yeah, I'm like, Grandma, y'all got Crips out here? Y'all got Bloods out here? They bang out here?
Yeah.
She like, yeah, baby. You know, don't come out here with that foolishness either, you know, because these white folks don't play out here with that. So,
right.
You know, so, you know, once I met my people, and once I got comfortable, you know, 2 weeks, a 2-week visit turned into 4 weeks, 4 weeks turned into a month, and it just went on from there.
Okay.
So, man, that trip would change the rest of my life.
How so, brother? That's what I want. That's what we're trying to get into. How did that change your life?
That trip would change the rest of my life because, you know, I didn't take my grandmother's advice.
Of course not. We don't. I mean, you're a man.
Once I had homies from the West Coast out there.
It's a wrap.
And they was doing their thing. You know, I started doing my thing. You know, I fell right into place. So, you know, once I hit the block, the military was the last thing on my mind.
If it was on your mind, right?
So I'm out there hustling and, you know, doing what we do.
Trying to survive.
Trying to survive. And just with that, you know, just with that madness, you know, just with that madness.
I know.
So, yeah, me and maybe 4 other guys, man, we concocted this plan to arm rob a credit union.
Okay.
And that went left. One of my partners got shot during the course of it by a security guard.
Ouch.
We all ended up, you know, going to the penitentiary. Yeah. You know, so.
Well, I don't want you to go too deep into the situation, but I'm glad you bringing the situation up, right? All right, but this is not the show that I'm trying to put all their personal business into the spotlight, but we have that basic. All right, so you went to the penitentiary. Let's go ahead and break it down. How did that change your life, brother?
All right, so you know, with a 9-year sentence for armed robbery, you know, I'm now facing, the next 5 years because I end up doing 5 on the 9 and did the rest on parole.
Okay.
So, yeah, man, once I got up in there, you know, I quickly found out that, you know, the life of crime wasn't a life I wanted to live.
Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely
I was,
not.
You know, in the South. You know, as a kid coming up in the streets and what have you, I always had a, you know, not necessarily like a fantasy, but just that, you know, possibility of me one day going to the penitentiary. But I always thought I would be ended up in like Quentin or Soledad, you know, somewhere, you know, on the West Coast.
Yeah,
now I'm down south, like, you know, like Martin and Eddie on Life, you know. I'm out in the woods, you know, police is
chain gang, busting rocks.
We out in the fields, swinging blades, cutting down forests.
So you really lived that life.
Really lived that life, like for real.
And at that point, that was like you have to do some self-reflection, right? I know that's what happened, right? So so as you were self-reflecting, what made you like, okay, this ain't for me, man? This ain't for me, man.
Well, just day in and day out up in there, you know, you
5 years straight, right?
5 years flat, you know, and you know, I mean, if it's in you to change, that's gonna be a place you definitely make a change in, you know, especially if you know you don't have no desire to ever return. Absolutely. So for me, you know, once I got up in there, I had a real rough first 2 years. You know, those were some trying times, fighting and, you know, just surviving, you know, that yard. So, and I came in with an attitude too, you know. I was
cocky a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. All of us go through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So the first 2 years was really stumbling for me. But once I kind of settled in and really realized that, you know, I'm repeating the same thing in here, you know, that got me up in here.
Absolutely.
So I actually ended up catching another charge up in there. Right. And so
that's how it usually goes, man. I mean, for those of us that don't know, I mean, that's life behind the wall. I mean, survival out here is hard, but life behind the wall is even harder. And I can attest to that because I have a lot of family members that have gone through what this man has gone through. So that's why I'm getting him to show you guys that we reach a point in life where it's like, hold on, damn, we got to change up. And then when you change up, you got to keep going, right?
Exactly.
You got to keep going. So once you make that plan, so okay, I don't mean to cut you out. You know, I'm trying to drive these points home, man. That's what this podcast is about. So as far as catching another, you say caught another charge, and then is that what changed? You know what I mean? What spurred you into moving into the music, or what?
Nah, at that time, you know, I was in there just still surviving.
Okay.
But then, you know, I just took a different state of mind. I had a cellie, and actually he was from Oakland, and he was out there, and he was a Muslim.
Okay.
And just in the course of him and I in the same cell, and we were on lockdown. You know, I was in
23 hours a day.
Well, I was in solitary confinement for fighting at the time.
Okay.
And so when I got in the cell with him, you know, just just his energy, you know, the brother's knowledge.
Just the way he chop it up with you and everything, the way he carry himself. Yep. Yeah, I get it.
He really, laid it on me and made me look, look at myself.
Like reflect.
In that little blurry mirror up in there.
He say blurry, man, but it's foggy. That thing, you can't see yourself in that thing at all.
Yeah,
so
that foggy, that little foggy, stainless steel mirror.
Stainless steel mirror that's plastered onto the wall or whatever it is. But yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So looking at myself in that mirror, I knew I didn't like what I saw.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Looking back at me.
There you go.
I knew if I was going to do anything to, not return, then this was going to have to be the place where I make that change.
Absolutely.
So after leaving the cell with him, once I got back on the yard, man, I started joining in, some of the, prison, programs and stuff like that. I became a tutor on the yard,
A tutor? What was you teaching people?
Just helping brothers get their GED.
Okay. Because you had got yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, just doing things that, was building my character up in there to be something different when I got out. Yeah.
Speaking of your character, man, I like your rap character, brother. I'm a fan. All right. I'm not even afraid. Like I say, man, I'm gonna say this multiple times this show. I'm a fan of this guy. I like the way that his lyrics go, and I love the way his beats and everything just make you think. So that's why I got this guy in here, and that's why we're picking his brain. I'm an expert at picking brains, and I want y'all to feel the heart and soul of the artist behind the music. So that's what this podcast interview thing is about. So that's dope, bro. Anything else you want to add to that? I got the point as far as you was in there and you changed up.
That's where I really had that transcending, transformation.
Right.
And so, yeah.
I like that. I like that,
right
man.
on.
So let's get into the music.
Okay.
How long have you been making music? Like the first time you was making a beat and heard yourself on a beat. That's what I say, making music. So you made something that you can listen to. So how long have you been making music?
On the real, it hasn't really been long.
You let us know. I like that. I like that.
Not in the sense that, in my youth, coming up, I was an avid reader, and writer. One of my foster mothers, one of her ways of punishing us, one of her ways of punishing us was writing.
Yeah. Was it lines or you had to write essays or stuff like that?
That, man, her name was Ruby Vance.
Shout out Ruby Vance.
Ruby Vance, rest in peace, man.
Yeah, rest in peace. Shout her out, though. That's what's up.
Right on.
Yeah.
She would have us writing, man. She would make you rewrite the People's Magazine. She would make you rewrite the Bible, chapter after chapter after chapter. She would make you rewrite anything that she could pick her hands up on.
Absolutely.
And you came home after school, did your homework, and you think you about to go outside and kick it. No. She'll have you sitting, at that table,
pen and paper,
busting it out.
Yeah.
You would do that until it was time to go to sleep. By the time, you didn't want to do nothing else but sleep.
Absolutely.
So, I say that, she really inspired me in terms of writing, And once I learned that I could connect these words in a rhyming form, you know, because after all the writing I did and reading I did, I knew so many words, you know.
And you knew how to put the words together.
And I knew how to put them together.
Yeah.
So
so that helped out, man.
That helped
Ruby
out.
Vance, man.
Yeah, she
That's
was.
what's up.
Yeah, she was really like a, you know, I guess, you know, my inspiration, or, you know.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love hearing that.
in terms
brother.
of like, you know, having a, you know, confidence that I could, you know, write.
Right.
So, but I never took it, you know, to the extent of like pursuing rap as a career, or
At that point, you
at
didn't.
that point,
Okay.
nah.
Okay.
It wasn't until like maybe the last, what I would say, 2.5 years
Okay.
that I really started like professionally recording.
The past 2.5 years?
The past 2.5.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. That I, you know, went into the studio with my, you know, with my pad, you know, and beat, and really started, you know, getting at it.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you broke that down, because I'm like, that was going to be like one of my questions, like, how the hell do you formulate these words and put them together to make people relate to them? You know what I mean? And I see that you said it, Ruby Vance, right? I mean, from her having you writing all of this stuff and packing all this information in your brain, it's not just writing, because you have to read it to, you know what I mean, to write it. So,
exactly.
So, I mean, you comprehending this, and I mean, you put the words together so dope, bro. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to get into. Did you want to speak on speak on something else about that? Because I didn't mean to cut you off. I know I got a bad habit of that, y'all. I mean, I be trying to put the points out there, but I don't mean to cut the artist off. So
it's all good.
So go ahead.
No, yeah. Well, you know, again, you know, she was, you know,
the rock behind you,
the
right?
rock behind, you know, just me having, again, the confidence to use the words, you know, that I was learning, and, you know, having that, you know, you got a wealth of reference. You know, I had a lot to pull from.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, that was that. And so, you know,
I like
I say, two years ago or so, you know, I really started just getting at it on this level here.
Did the pandemic have anything to do with that? The restrictions and shutdowns and anything?
Nah, you know, it gave me a lot of time.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, because we didn't have nothing else to do but stay in the house, right? And it had a curfew and all of this, so it's like, what the hell else I'm gonna do? You know what I mean? Let me put these words to work.
Yeah. Well, unlike a lot of people out there, you know, I'm a first responder.
Oh, really?
So I was out.
See, I didn't even know that. That's what's up, man. I appreciate your duties, brother.
Yeah.
Well, you man, that's what's up. So you got the medical training and everything?
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
So, you know, I was out there in the thick of it, you know.
So you was working during the pandemic?
Yes, I was.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. You know what I mean? That's really big.
You're welcome.
That's big. That's really big, brother. And I'm speaking for all the Bubble fans and everything, man. Thank you, brother.
Right on.
So besides Ruby Vance, what or who inspires you to really like, okay, I want to do this? You know what I mean? Like a rapper, or you heard a song or seen a video, or, you know, what really got you like, damn, man, I got to do this?
Really, it was really self-motivation. You know, nothing really like, you know, poked me or anything to get out here and, you know, put myself, you know, on, you know, in the public or anything. I was just sitting on so much material, just personal, you know, expressions.
When you say material, you was writing songs already?
Well, I didn't look at it really as songs at the time.
Poetry?
It was just poetry,
yeah.
You know, and it was just me, just, you know, again, just expressing myself and just having fun with it. Mm-hmm. And so I got tired of looking at it on paper. You know?
Yeah.
Really.
It's like, what I'm about to do with this, right?
Yeah, I got tired of looking at that, you know, on paper. And so, you know, I found me a studio.
Okay. Break that down. What studio you found?
I went to Atlanta.
Oh, you was in Atlanta?
Yeah,
see, that's what I want to start breaking down. So we go from Louisiana, California, Atlanta, and then we got a couple more that we're going to talk about. I'm going to bring that out as well. But Atlanta.
I was in Georgia in Atlanta, and my first recording or my first studio session was at Patchwork.
Patchwork. I heard about Patchwork.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was at Patchwork, and
Okay.
that's what really just set fire up on me with it.
That was the point right there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So how much work did you do out there in Atlanta? Did you get anything recorded? Were you working with labels?
Yeah,
or what?
my first sessions out there, I went at it like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
I was in there
Day in, day out?
Day in and day out. I was seeing people changing shifts up in there. Yeah, I was.
That's
seeing,
dedication.
Yeah, I was seeing
Dedication.
people changing shifts up in there.
Mm-hmm.
One of the master engineers, he offered me the couch to sleep overnight because I was just, he was one of the people that saw me, come in. He went home.
Yeah.
And when he came back to work, I was still
there.
Yeah.
Wearing the same clothes.
I was wearing the same clothes. So yeah.
Dedication, baby. That's what's up.
Yeah. So, I was, I went at it for about 2 weeks straight on my first like professional run with it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you still got any of that material?
Oh yeah.
Is that some of the material you've been sending me?
Some of it, yeah. Some of it.
Okay, this brother been sending me so much. Y'all hear me playing his song every episode. I mean, not his song, but his songs every episode. And I love it. I mean, I want y'all to love it. You know what I mean? I need y'all to feel this because he's on some more of a knowledge of self as you hear this man speaking. He's more on the knowledge of self lyrics. He's not with all of, I don't want to call it BS. I don't want to disrespect what's out here right now, but he's not doing the mainstream stuff right now. And I want to get into that, right? So what are your thoughts on the way music is going, the direction this music is going? Are you trying to make a change or what, you know what I mean? Like as far as like CARVILL B, this is what I do, something different.
Well, I don't know, if in effect it makes a change, then that's that's a good intention of mine.
That's a plus.
That's my effort, to make somewhat of a change.
Mm-hmm. But it's not your intentions though.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
When,
that's what
when I sit down with the pen and pad, or I'm on my phone and I'm thinking, I might be feeling the beat.
Mm-hmm.
I always keep in mind that I'm not trying to add to the flame.
I hear you.
I hear you. I ain't trying to add to the flame.
I hear you. Do you keep that on the back of your mind when you be writing?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, most definitely. Because, I want to, not only do I want to, I always say, as much as I want to shake your booty, I want to shake your mind too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So.
You said that in the song too.
Yeah, I might have said that.
You have said it. I know. I'll be hanging on every lyric, brother. Go ahead.
I don't know if I coined that phrase or not.
No, he didn't coin it, but I mean, he said it slick in a nice little song. So I'm shouting that out. But go ahead, brother.
So I always just keep in mind that I like to entertain as well through it.
Yeah.
But I'm also trying to inspire as well.
Yeah.
And trying to make sure that my lyrics reflect both sides of the coin.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you're trying to spark thoughts. So I call it thought-provoking lyrics. So that's what this guy has. That's dope, bro. How deep have you ventured into making music? How deep I'm talking about? Because we had an hour-long conversation. Me and this guy had a talk for about an hour on the phone, and we was chopping it up. So I know a little bit about the history, but how far have you gone in this music? Like, have you signed to a label? Have you went to search for record deals? You know what I mean? How deep in the waters of the music have you really gotten?
No label deal. I was offered a distribution deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did they get at you?
I was at Patchwork, and I was coming out of a session, and somebody from a major label approached me about a distribution deal,
mm-hmm.
and so it was a little premature for me at the time because I was still putting music together,
trying to develop yourself.
Yeah, and I wanted to explore other opportunities as well.
Okay,
so
No record label deal.
No record label deal.
So you didn't pursue it either, given that thought that you just gave us, right? You didn't pursue a record label deal neither, right?
Nah, not not with any not with any effort.
Oh, I hear you.
I just been rocking on with the indie movement.
Yeah.
Doing my thing.
Oh, I'm glad you bringing that up because that's another one. I'm gonna quick go ahead.
Yeah. So if if perchance along the way I get offered something that's that's profitable and beneficial, and all the I's and T's is crossed on it. And yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. All right.
I'm open to it.
That's what's up. Y'all heard him, man. I'm putting him out here. Y'all go check out his music and check him out. Let me let's slide into a point here. So as an artist, you guys need to invest in yourselves, okay? That is the number one. Nobody's going to help you out. Nobody's going to try to help support you. Nobody's going to put you out in the public view if they don't see you investing in yourself, all right? You need to take that check, cash it, go do some studio time. Go hustle some more money up. Go over here, get some more studio time. Stay in that studio so y'all can soak up what it is, the procedures it takes to make this music. So investing in yourself is super important. Why don't you break down the initial procedures where you started investing in yourself, where you was like, I'm about to start doing this myself. So the independence, we're getting into the independence now. So you like, I'm doing this. Let me start spending my own money.
Right. Well, my first initial like investment in myself with the music again was at Patchwork.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who know Patchwork, those sessions right there, you gonna start off with just vocal tracking 400.
That's it.
For 2 hours.
I'm about to say like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Mixing, mastering.
Yeah.
When you walk out of there, if you walk out of there with a complete one song, single, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've already spent what tracking, mixing, mastering, coding. You looking at about $1,000.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It may be a little more than that.
Absolutely.
But just, yeah. So that was my initial investment, just getting quality sound.
Okay.
I wanted that, industry sound in my music. So
and this is coming out your pocket.
Yeah, this is coming out of my pocket.
The day in and day out, that Patchwork, that was coming out your pocket.
Out of my pocket.
Y'all hear this.
Funny thing is that while I was at Patchwork, they deal with so many established signed artists, right, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
They rarely see indie artists come in and spend the ton of money I spent over the last, in that 2-week span.
Right.
So a lot of people that didn't know me thought because I was in there so frequently for those 2 weeks that I was a signed artist.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how you was moving. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that had to be inspiring in itself. That right there.
Oh yeah. When you coming out of a booth and you seeing all these
big wigs,
platinum plaques, gold plaques,
yeah.
You seeing the history, Whitney Houston, T.I., just damn near everybody you can name in the game then walk through that building.
Super energy.
Yeah, so it's it's inspirational and make you want to get in there and get it, get it done.
Yeah.
And, you walking out with a quality sound when you walk out of Patchwork.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What's up. Shout out Patchwork, man.
Shout out
It sounds like they had a real big integral part in you becoming a musical artist.
Yeah,
and
I met a lot of great people at Patchwork.
Yeah.
I met a lot of great people at Patchwork. And beyond recording, one of the sisters at Patchwork did my first lyric video in their their digital department,
right,
or what have you.
Right.
She did my first lyric video. It was beautiful.
You still got it?
I still got it.
Man, shoot that shit to me, man, so I can start putting little clips up, man.
Yeah, you can. It's on YouTube.
Okay, shoot it. Shout out your
website.
YouTube. Shout out your YouTube page.
Yeah. CARVIll B.
Okay.
Yeah,
everything CARVIll B.
Everything is CARVIll B. That's me.
Now, is it CARVIll or CARVIll?
It's CARVIll. People pronounce it CARVIll.
But it's spelled VILL, right?
VILL.
Okay. All right. So I'm not an illiterate fool up in here trying to read these names and names of songs. It is what it is. Like my name is unique and I'm not gonna get into that, but you know what I mean? I get a mispronunciation every time. So I get it. Let's get into these projects, brother.
Okay.
All right. Past projects, present projects, and future projects. What do you have coming out?
With the current status of music right now, you don't find a lot of us out here as artists putting albums out. We dropping these singles.
There you go. So you're
So
more of a single artist, right?
at this point, yeah. Again, I'm still a baby in this.
But you're still learning the game, right?
I'm still learning the game.
I get it. I get it. But that's the way you learning it right, brother. You learning it right, and you exposing what I need you to expose, because the singles is the way to go, guys. Singles is the way to go. But go ahead. I didn't mean to break your thought, man. Go ahead.
Oh, good. So I just been dropping these singles, and at this point, if I wanted to do an album right now, I got enough work out there to,
Put it together.
Yeah.
Get it mixed and mastered and do all the work.
All that, most definitely.
But you see more lucrative things in a single, right? As
in
far
a
as
single.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, people don't really have unless you're a brand name, a well-known established artist.
That they ain't gonna go out and buy your whole album.
A lot of the listeners don't have the attention span to sit there and
absolutely
A side and B side with you on an album.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I just been taking a route, just releasing singles. And so the project is ongoing. When
never ending.
In the present and in the future, it's just ongoing. So I'm just finding different music, and just crafting my style, my voice, my delivery and what have you. And so with each one, I'm just getting better and better and better, and at the same time, just exploring different ways to bring about, my message through the music. So
absolutely.
Again, I'm constantly working, recording music.
I know. I see. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I write daily.
Good.
So
as far as showcases. We're going to get into the shows that you got, but then I want you to tell us, first of all, your most memorable showcase that you've ever done. Have you been putting on shows?
My most memorable showcase?
Yeah.
Nah, really, I haven't performed.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't performed for a crowd. I did a performance video.
Okay. Okay.
And that was really my first taste of just, behind or in front of the camera.
In front
of the camera with it.
That's worse than like 1,000 people having a camera in front of you. Yeah.
Early on, I've done like, the school talent shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, I've been, showcased on, podcast or, people who have different platforms where they're, playing your music and so forth. But I'm yet to get on the stage and really just, do the damn thing like that.
Okay, we're about to change that up, man, because I'm about to start putting showcases together, and you definitely a part of the lineup. All right.
So I'm ready for it.
I know you are. I know you are. I know you are.
So and that's all in the process. Again, making the music is easy.
Now it is, right?
Yeah, well,
because you break down your process as far as the way to make it, and then you find your way that you make it, and then it becomes easy, right?
Yeah, well, that too. But the music is, that's the easy part. Going into the booth,
It's not so easy for a lot of people though.
Pushing that red button and recording. The hard part of this game is the business side of it.
The back office.
So when you're talking about showcases, now you're talking about paperwork, you're talking about contracts, and so you gotta have everything in order, before you just really just jump out there like that. So the business part of it is what's a lot, is what's a lot slower. than just making the music. You know, it's you know, it's a whole business and just getting your music out there.
Absolutely.
You know, so but yeah, I definitely will be doing shows as you know progress.
Okay, so you don't have anything planned yet, but it is in the works, right? As far as like your goals.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's that's the end game. You know, you gotta get on that stage and.
Yeah. Look, speaking of end game, guys, this is a question that I was going to ask him, and I'm just going to ask it now since he spoke on end game. So, when people CARVILL be the artist, what do you want people? What kind of vision do you want people to have in their head when they hear that name?
Well, you know,
I mean, listeners of the music, obviously, not just everybody. I'm talking about fans. You know what I mean? So when they hear CARVILL B, what image do you want them to have? You know what I mean?
Well, you know, the series of music that I've been releasing has really just been like a color scheme of who I am, you know, and what's made me me in a lot of different ways. So that's what you'll hear in my music. You know, if anything, just a genuine, you know, just genuine.
A genuine individual.
Right, just genuine in my music.
Yeah.
You know, what you hearing ain't no fabrications, you know, it ain't no fantasy life, you know.
And that's what you want people to take away from that, right?
Right. You know, it ain't, you know, I'm not, you know, yeah, everything is, you know, everything at best is always real.
I hear that.
I can talk about a lot, but, you know, I choose different themes that, again, are in fact, a lot different than what we're hearing today.
They're hella different.
Yeah.
Hella different. That's what turned me on to you. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm asking you these questions. You feel what I'm saying? So I like it, man. I just want to know, you know, what is it about CARVILL B that makes these thought-provoking lyrics? You know what I mean? What is it? I know that it's hard to talk about yourself, right? And especially putting that on a display for the world to read, right? So how do you, like the song that you gave me, I know that it was a little controversial, you know what I mean? Not controversial, but she was like, I don't want it to cause any issues, and you put a disclaimer out about it. Yeah. But that is a really deep-ass song, and I relate to that because I've been through the same situations. So what mind frame do you get into to come up with these lyrics, man? I mean, I know it's all personal experience, but break down, like when you sit down and you pick that pen and that paper up, I mean, you come up with these lyrics, bro, that people can feel and relate to. How do you do that? You know, what world do you go into? Do you shut out people? Do you go into a room in a corner dark? You know what I mean? Tell people what you do, brother.
Yeah. A lot of times, you know, it's easy for me to talk about me. You know, I find it far more difficult to write about things that I'm just trying to, you know, like just pull out the air. Yeah. You know, when I'm writing about me and my life experiences,
it's
you
real.
know, the pen just flows like that. And just, again, you know you better than anyone. So, you know, it's easy for me to pull material just from my life experience. I don't really have to look, you know, externally.
Right.
You know, everything that, you know, so a lot of times I let the music also speak to me when it comes to, like, you know, a topic, a subject.
How do you do that?
Well, you know, it's just, you know, just a vibration, the energy, you know, just
I know it's a hard question.
Yeah,
you know, I found myself sometimes with a beat trying to write into the beat, you know, and I found it challenging to do that when I started allowing the music to speak to me. That's when it came naturally.
Yeah, exactly. Certain, you know, so it's just certain beats that, you know, almost direct you in a way of a theme or in a way of a subject, you know, and it's not anything else outside of that beat is saying to you.
Right.
You know,
no, so it's speaking to your soul, man.
Right. So it's just, just inspiration just from the, you know, just from the sound, just from sounds. So, so I let the music speak to me. And, you know, I look at the world outer, you know, also, and
I was going to ask you that.
try to find, you know, inspiration to, you know, to come up with something that I can, you know, stand up and speak on.
Right.
So yeah, so different, just for an example, I wrote a song about mental health in the industry, as artists, a lot of us deal with.
Now, is that personal experience or is that from what you see?
That's personal as well as what I see.
Okay.
So
as a first responder, you probably see a lot of that, right?
I see a lot of that, yeah.
Okay.
But particularly in the industry with artists, just dealing with the challenge of trying to establish yourself as an artist. Just your dealings and what have you, and dealing with disappointment, and a lot of that, it weighs on you.
It does.
It weighs on you.
It does.
Especially when you out here and you trying to, really, get your voice heard. And you got to walk through certain doors and depend on people to do what they say they gonna do.
Yep.
And a lot of times you spending your money on them to do what they say they gonna do.
Yeah.
And you don't get what you pay for.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Especially when that thing is coming, them pennies coming out your pocket.
That's what I'm saying. Show money, man.
Exactly. And you don't got no machine behind you pushing you. You your machine.
Well, see, I'm glad you brought that up. So do you have a camp? You know what I mean? I see that you have features on some of these songs that you're coming up with. Are you building a camp?
You could say that. That. Yeah. It kind of organically came together with me just working with different people.
Yeah.
On different songs and what have you. So, I linked up with Kenny Mix at Patchwork, and he's responsible for all the mastering.
Okay.
That you hear in my music.
So how do you still work with him from out here in California?
Oh yeah.
So you just send him emails, okay.
Yeah,
Send him the file,
send him the stems, and everything, and he does his thing, and
It's another artist that says stems, so y'all need to learn the lingo, guys. All right, stems.
Yeah.
Learn the lingo. That's right. So go ahead, brother. You send him the stems, and he mix it down and send you something proper back.
Well, Kenny Mix, he's world renowned. He didn't mix Michael Jackson's music.
Right.
I mean, master. I'm sorry.
No,
Kenny.
I hear what you're saying. Sorry,
Kenny. Kenny, he's a master engineer, not a mixing engineer. Mastering engineer. So
you get it sounding right in your and the earphones to your car speakers to everything. It's gonna sound the same. Slapping.
Yeah.
That's
and
what's
so
up.
So in building the team, I've worked with Ray Say. And he's someone else. He's an engineer.
Okay.
He's mixed a lot of my music. So along with that, you got your people who do your videos, people who do your getting you in blog placements and stuff like that, doing your
That's
marketing
important.
and all that. So, along with that journey there of having, taking those different steps to even bring your song to fruition. You build a team.
Yeah.
You building relationships with people.
Yeah.
So with that, it just kind of came, or like I said, it just developed
organically. So that's what you mean by the organically.
Right.
Okay.
It wasn't like, anything that I just set out to try to find, other than just trying to find someone to get it done.
Absolutely.
And with that,
it's working.
Yeah, it's been working.
That's what's up. All right, I got a couple more questions. I know I'm running over time here, man. I can go talk on and on. Y'all know I can run my mouth, man. But I just got a couple more questions that I'm trying to get in before my man get out of here.
All right.
Why did you send your music to the platform, brother? What do you feel about this platform? And because you're sending a lot of music. You send them music like every week, man. Y'all know I'm playing this music, and I'm going to play it forever. So what confidence did you see to start messing with the bubble, man?
When I first saw you on IG, on Instagram, right? And I was just surprised you was accepting music on your platform, and you wasn't attaching your PayPal or your Cash App, or, you know what I'm saying? Because in this business, man, you ain't gonna find too many people that's gonna do nothing for you for free,
right?
At all,
right?
As much as everybody pounds on their chest about being indie artists, as an indie artist, you're gonna spend just as much money as a label would spend on you,
Yep.
Yeah, trying to get it done, trying to get out there. This thing is expensive.
It is.
Real talk.
Everything costs money.
Especially if you're doing it, you're doing it, with a quality, with a quality mind. And so when I seen your platform, and it was representing the Bay, and you was expressing how you were looking for artists that had a message in their music. You wasn't just trying to accept anything,
right,
just to be playing it.
Right.
I sent you something that you put a U-turn on.
So, yeah, I did. We did.
You put a U-turn on.
Yeah. I mean, what he's saying is that he sent me a song, and I was like, I listened to it, and I listened to all the songs, but I listened to it, and I sent it back to him saying, man, I can't put this message out there. And we're not going to talk about the song, but that's what he's talking about. I mean, and that's just letting y'all know that I'm going back and forth. I'm intermingling with all the artists. So I appreciate you for putting that out there, brother.
Yeah, you definitely be vetting the music. You vetting the music for real. I was like, all right. So once I seen, and I seen what you was, what your intentions was.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? To give opportunity to artists here, particularly in the Bay, to be heard.
Yeah, let's build.
And to be heard on the strength of just, sincere desire, to see people grow and people get an opportunity. And, this is typically this is an opportunity that you're going to come out the pocket for.
Yes.
So I just salute you, man.
Thank you.
Because, in these 2 years and a half or so in the business, I haven't ran into nobody like you. Real
That's
talk.
Big. That's big,
nobody,
man. Thank you.
Everybody that I done shook a hand and walked away from, they left me with a receipt.
Yeah.
So
invoice.
An invoice, exactly.
Yeah, I get
you know what I'm saying? So, you out here doing what you're doing, I salute you.
Thank you.
And I think, we all are appreciative of, or should be appreciative of this opportunity. So once I seen what you was doing, and
so you got to be a part of this thing.
I got to be a part of this.
I'm glad you did, man.
Especially the Bay, is rich in history with this music.
Yes.
But in hip hop, R&B, funk, you name it. So this is real grand right here. This is grand.
That's what's up, man. I love hearing that, man. Thank you. I appreciate you on that. All right, we're gonna be winding down here. I want you to give all your shouts, all your plugs, any projects, any merch, anything. Tell people what platforms that you're gonna be on. This is CARVILL Bond. I call him CARVILL B because that's what he was introduced to me as. But it's CARVILL Bond, guys, from Oakland, California. And shout out all your plugs. Everybody that's been in your corner, support everything.
Well, right off the top, man, I would just give a shout out to Patchwork Studios, and everybody under the roof of Patchwork that really put me on the path with and sent me out the door with some with good music, good quality sound and music. So shout out to Patchwork. Me, I'm CARVILL B on all platforms. It's a simple Google. You can find my music on Spotify, or, pretty much everywhere.
Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud,
iHeart, all that.
Pandora. Yeah, shout them out, man.
Yeah.
Excuse me for the train, guys. This Oakland. But
Pandora, yeah. My website is, CARVILL B at thecarvillbond.com. Again, that's
Say it again. There you
CARVILL B at thecarvillbond.com. And you can find my music there. And so, projects, again, my projects is ongoing. I'm gonna be constantly releasing music, so you can always be expecting a single or something to drop from me, and I'm looking to collab and work with other artists, and so I got a shoe line that I'm working on. Yeah, so
Is it gonna be on the website? All the information?
Yeah, all that's on my website.
Okay.
Yeah, all that's on my website.
Shoe line, man, that's big, boy.
Yeah, you can go to my website again, CARVILL B at thecarvillbond.com, and I'm working with a company that's We doing it.
That's what's up, man. I love seeing that.
Yeah.
I love seeing that, man.
Doing it. So, yeah, you can find all that information, like, you know, on my IG, my link tree, and so forth. So,
okay. Well, one more thing before I get into the conclusion. The IG, you said you're revamping it, right? So it's not disabled. It's just you're revamping it, right?
Yeah, it's back. It's back online.
It's back online.
Yeah, I'm doing a little purging.
Yeah,
you know,
let them know because I be telling people to go hit you up, but they can't find it. You know what I mean? It'd be going.
So, you know, yeah, on IG it's CARVILL_B.
There you go.
You know, and yeah, you know, I'm on there, and but yeah.
Okay, so we all straight then on the plugs and website and everything, right? Shoe line.
You know, just one of
no showcases yet though, right?
Shout out to everyone. You know, without listing, you know, a catalog of names to everyone who knows that, you know, they've been, you know, holding me down, supporting me.
There you go. That's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it.
And, you know, I got good people in my corner. Want to shout out to my accountant, you know, and someone who's also been a real, you know, backbone and mentor and supporter of my movement. So, you know, God is good, man.
There you go, brother.
I'm blessed, you know, to be this far in this and be where I'm at right now.
Well, I'm glad you came out here, and I'm glad you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh man, it's beautiful, man. We're gonna have some more stuff. He said something about collab, guys. We're working on something behind closed doors. Yeah. I don't want to bring it up now because I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but look out for some work between Mystery the Realist and CARVILL Bond real soon. Damn, bro, this is dope, bro. Thank you for coming out, man. This is dope. This was dope.
Thank you for having me.
Once again, guys, you guys have tuned in to another episode of the Bubble Podcast, presented by Streetwise Intellect Productions, your new home for Bay Area talent. I am Mystery the Realist, and I encourage everybody to go on my IG at Mr_Re. Y'all go check out all the information as far as all the artists I'm putting out. I tag them, I mention them, I play their music, and I'll let y'all know what episodes they're in. So y'all keep supporting this thing. We love you guys, man. It's a lot more stuff that I just be wanting to say at the end, but we talk so long that I be going over my time, guys. So if you want to know any type of plugs as far as my music, my production company, the platform that we're doing here, just go to Mr_Re. Now, Re is spelled like rye, so but it's pronounced Re, guys. So, man, I love you guys for checking it out. And this is Mystery the Realist at the Bubble Podcast with another fire interview. This is CARVILL Bond. Y'all go check him out. And I'm out. Peace.
Peace.
Streetwise Intellect Production.